Okay, so if you have the time, check out chapter 19, the book of Revelation, and we're looking at verses 17 and 18. All right? You'll be able to read further for yourself the context that this is written in and make more connections. But for us, the main connections is that we're trying to connect it to Isaiah chapter 34 and the connection that in the kingdom age, as in quoted in chapter 34 by Isaiah, that these birds were going to inherit and possess the land, along with the unicorn and the bull and the dragon. Interesting use of symbolism, to say the least. But it's very appropriate when you begin to understand who these players are and this duality that we're experiencing even within our own Bibles. So I always pose the question to people, why do you think that the Masons, use the same biblical stories that we use? Why do we find things like this? Why do we find somebody like this doing something like that? Okay? That is the symbol for Scientology. And we all know who this unclean bird is. This is someone who has been doing the work, who's been playing the game, and who has been made some promises to. And he plans on receiving his gifts for doing his work. Why are they using that symbol? Do you think Christ said, hey, I really like the cross. Y'all think you could fix me up one of them? No. Nothing like that. The cross has a lot going on. Now, the cross doesn't symbolize anything bad because, once again, it's always up to the observer. If you see it as a symbol of Jesus Christ and the price that he paid, and then the resurrection, I mean, wow, it's a powerful symbol. And that's the way I choose to see it. Absolutely, 100%. And I know all of you do too. But I don't think that Mr. Cruz does. Matter of fact, I know he doesn't, because I understand the philosophies of Scientology. So enough about Mr. Cruz. Let's think about him being one of these birds of heaven now that you're beginning to see that are very giddy and very happy at this time. You think they don't know what's going on? Why aren't they getting on camera saying, hey, look, people, all this stuff's going on, man. I got a lot of money, and, I've been building this shelter here. I've been just looking at these books here. Nah, they just show up at their events and their awards and, smiling and winking at everybody. They know exactly what's going on. They're happy for a reason, because they believe they're about to take possession. Now, if we want some confirmation of that, all we have to do is turn back one page. And what we're going to see is chapter 18. Chapter 18, the book of Revelation, starting at verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Now remember what we just read in Revelation about those spirits, those birds, or those unclean birds that were coming for that supper of the great God. Okay? Now these are the same birds. We find out that once Babylon is fallen, then they take possession. Who takes possession of Babylon? Devils, foul spirits, and unclean and hateful birds. Well, I just showed you one of these symbolisms for who thinks they're about to take possession. Okay? So the main key to understand here, friends, is that once Babylon the Great is fallen, then it says, and is become. That's when they take possession. Look who takes possession. It ain't the saints. I'll be back.